Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Ponk, and I teach genderqueer people how to embody themselves fearlessly. And I host weekly community calls to help you integrate what you've learned along your life journey. And today, I want to talk to you about hostile bureaucracy. Hostile bureaucracy. And I had to Google how to spell that because I had no idea. But this is one of the questions that somebody asked or just shared with me in the question that I posed to all of you, just asking what the most difficult things are about being trans for you in specific. And definitely hostile bureaucracy was one of the things that came up. And so I'm here to talk about it. And this is a conversation we need to have because it is so hard to live in a world, hey there, where when who you are is constantly being threatened and your nervous system is constantly being inflamed by mainstream beliefs that are being perpetuated by the government and then in turn also perpetuated by the people around you. And so navigating the world can be so difficult because who you are is always being under threat. And then when you experience that in your outside environment, regardless of its like news media you consume, or family members who don't accept you, or strangers who are always confused about who you are, that can be so tiring and so draining. That is so valuable to address, which is why being in trans spaces and in trans community and sharing your story and expressing your shame and your fears, whether that is in a journal, in a community call with us, or in a Discord group, or a Reddit forum, or meeting trans people in real life, because your fears are so valid and your shame is so valid. And the more that you keep it suppressed, the more that it lives within you, and the more that it kills you inside, and it doesn't have to. Here's the thing about hostile bureaucracy and the thing about some government deciding what you're worth and what you're not worth. Hostile bureaucracy has always been hostile. It has always been hostile to at least one group of people. Fortunately and unfortunately, this is how systems of power work. They take one group of people and they say, you get the rights, and they take another people and they say, you don't get the rights. And that has happened throughout history, whether or not it's been trans bodies or not. It's happened to Black bodies, brown bodies, trans bodies, disabled bodies. They used to have ugly laws in the 20th century where basically if you were blind or you used a cane to walk or you needed a wheelchair, you were basically taken off the street and put into a separate facility just because you were ugly or disabled. Bureaucracy has always been hostile, and humanity has always been selectively given to people. That is unfortunately the bureaucracy that we live under. And my question to you is, what do you value more? Claiming your right as a trans person to express yourself in ways that make you feel safe, even if that is in your mind, even if that is in your shower, even if that is in your home with people you love. Maybe you aren't safe within your current capacity to handle within your nervous system or in the place you live. Maybe you aren't safe. Maybe it is actually a physical danger for you to be out and proud and trans. Then please, I beg you, find the space where you do feel safe because you do deserve that so much, so badly. Do not let this false idea of some government official to define who you are, because that's not you. And these laws are always changing. And selective humanity is always given or taken away, given or taken away. And for people living in North America, Black people, brown people, indigenous people have known this. Women have experienced this. Trans people, we've known this. We've known that hostile bureaucracy, like bureaucracy, is not going to have our best interest at heart. And so, my question to you is, what do you value more? Do you value believing what someone who doesn't know you and doesn't know trans people has to say about you and trying to convince them of your worth? And another way that internalized transphobia seeps into your trans mind is that you're constantly trying to figure out why you're trans. Stop doing that. And I'm fired up right now because I've had 2 hours of sleep. Okay, I'm an engineering student. I've been busy and I've been cooking up a lot of cool stuff for you guys. Um, Links in the description box of everything that I'm working on. I also wrote a book about internalized transphobia. It's in my description box of this video. Feel free to read it in your own time. Also, to the people here, feel free to ask me any questions or start a dialogue with me in the chat. You're more than welcome to do that. But anyways, always come back to yourself and ask yourself, what do you value? And who do I want to stand by? Do I want to stand by myself as a trans person? Do I want to stand by myself and alongside other trans people? Or do I want to continue trying to impress a cis culture and cis people and trying to be friends with these people and trying to figure out what they like? Or do I want to choose myself and choose the people who really can help me, even if I feel uncomfortable? Even if I feel uncomfortable standing next to a trans person or when I'm appearing cis. Maybe I feel comfortable being visibly uncomfortable being visibly trans. Is the discomfort, bitterness, and resentment towards governments and cis culture more valuable to you? Or is being patient, compassionate, gentle, nurturing, nourishing to yourself as a trans individual more important to you than choosing a cis culture and a government authority that will never, ever put you first, ever? But you can put you first, my guy, my girl, my diva, my queen. You can put you first. And you can choose people and trust people that put you first. And if you like what I'm saying, this is what I teach on my channel: how to remain self-sovereign no matter what the freak happens to you. How to have positive self-talk no matter what is going on in your environment. No matter who tells you what. How do you keep showing up for yourself and keep loving, keep trusting people who can also do that for you as well? We have been living in hostile bureaucracy since the dawn of time, and we have found ways to organize, to share medicine, to share hormones, to do it in a safe way, to have safe schmecks, safe injection sites, safe everything. We have found those ways. And organizing is not easy. Working with other people is not easy. People you hate, people who maybe have broken your heart, people who maybe have made you feel inferior because they said one little thing. But you have to learn how to correct people on your pronouns and trust that you can do that. And also take time to regulate your nervous system. And I have a whole course on nervous system regulation specifically for trans people. It's in the description box where you can get the free ebook as well. Learn how to love yourself and keep loving yourself no matter who says what about it. Now, again, this video is real fired up because I've been watching TikToks all morning about how the world is going crazy. And I promise you, your power lies not in feeding into the fear, not in feeding into your anxiety, but in finding 100,000,000 ways to be angry and create, angry and be fueled, angry and be passionate. to be calm and clear and hopeful. Find 1,000,001 ways to do that. Because when you are angry, fearful, well, anger is actually great. Be angry, but let it fuel you. When you're fearful and anxious, that is when your brain stops working. That's when your brain shuts down. And that's when your brain starts going into tunnel vision and you can't do anything. That's when you can't call your senators. That's when that's when your chronic pain gets worse. Your peace of mind is number one. Your peace is resistance. Your calm is resistance. And I just got a comment on my recent YouTube video. Somebody, such a sweetheart, told me I am the most calm and expansive trans YouTuber they know. Thank you. Thank you. I have worked so hard to be this calm. I have worked so hard to be this calm, and I know that you can do it too. I know that you can do it too. Okay, that's all I have to say. Love you guys. Take care.